Hi, today is a Friday, July 5th, 2024. For America, it's still July 4th, and they are celebrating the holiday full force. Uh, there are a lot of music concerts in Washington, D.C., and hot dog eating contest somewhere. I forgot the state. And fireworks everywhere, including Elizabeth City, where John Jackson, my friend, is currently resides, lives there. So their stock market it was closed for the day yesterday. Hopefully they are open today, but probably not. In America, July 4th holiday is quite important, and it is celebrated big time. It's like a Chuseok in Korea. Korean stock market is doing well recently, especially several stock subjects, especially Hyundai Motors and Kia Motors and its subsidiaries. That has nothing to do with today's article that I am about to read. I just stored this article in my Facebook storage area, my room. I don't know what it's called, and it just piqued my interest. So I'm going to read it. I just read several sentences on it, and I've instantly found it quite interesting. So I'm going to read this article to learn more about the middle age sanitation. And also, as I told you before, I am trying to read an English article each day for about 20 to 40 minutes in one sitting. So it's a dual-pronged approach, but most likely it's for my English study. Yes, I am not a native speaker. I studied alone on my own, basically. Since I am not a native speaker, I'm a pure Korean, so I have to work very hard to study English on a daily basis to keep up with your English competence level, you say, right? So I decided to read an English article every day. So here I am. A bit of everything. That's good title. Identity for you on Facebook. A little bit of everything. Follow. Yep, I'll just follow it. In the 1600 and 1700, when visiting the palace of Versailles in Paris, it is observed that the sumptuous palace has no bathroom. Sumptuous, right? I visited Versailles twice in my life, I think. Yeah, twice. And it's very big. It's a very good palace. Parterre in the backyard was amazing too, parterre. And they have a chestnut looking like a tree. What is it called? I forgot the name of the tree. I recently encountered the word before. So it's a sumptuous, right? Very rich, wealthy, pampered palace with a lot of good foods, waste. In the Middle Ages, there were no toothbrushes, perfumes, deodorants, and much less toilet paper. Human excrements were thrown out of palace windows. Damn, that would be terrible, man. Imagine that you are just thrown at with that human excrements while walking outside the window. On a holiday, the palace kitchen was able to prepare a feast for 1,500 people without the minimum hygiene. In today's movies, we see people from that era shaking and fanning. The explanation is not in the heat, but in the foul odor emitted under the skirts, which were deliberately made to contain the smell of private parts, since there was no hygiene. It was also not customary to shower due to the cold and the almost non-existence of running water. almost non-existence of running water, right? Cold, no running water. In the explain, only the nobles had lackeys to fend them. Yeah, I forgot the meaning of lackey. I just encountered that word once or twice. To dispel the bad odor that exhalated the body and mouth, as well as to scare away the insects. Lackeys, right? Like a power, leeway, affordability maybe.
Lackey.
Servant, person who drives, I don't know, donkey, right? Serve function as a grovel before, be servile in front of lackey.
Lackey.
Lackey, right? And another word, lackey. Accelerate, right? Whoops, I was wrong. Yep, I was wrong. I'll just go back, delete A here. What the fuck? Yeah, kind of never heard of that word before, or at least it didn't register correctly with my brain. Damn. Only the nobles had lackeys to fan them, to dispel the bad odor that exhalated the body and mouth, as well as to scare away the insects. Damn. Exhale. Yeah. Exhalate. What is it? Exhale. We know the exhale. To breathe out or upon. Breathe upon. Exhalate. Damn.
Yeah, the one of the rabbit tearing the... Hold up.
Hold up. What is the difference in meaning of exhale and exhalate? Exhale means breathe out. Exhalation is the matter breathed out. Exhalation. Damn. I just disregard it. Basically, exhale. Products made from exhalation. Only the nobles had lackeys to fan them, to dispel the bad odor that exhalated the body and mouth, as well as to scare away the insects. Those who have been to Versailles have admired the huge and beautiful gardens parterre there that at the time were not only contemplated but used as a toilet in the famous ballads promoted by the monarchy, because there were no bathrooms. Ballad. In the Middle Ages, most weddings took place in June, for them the beginning of summer. The reason is simple. The first bath of the year was taken in May, so in June the smell of people was still tolerable. However, as some odors were already beginning to bother, the brides carried bouquets of flowers under their bodies to cover the odor. Hence the explanation of the origin of a bridal bouquet. Bridal bouquet. Damn, so it was all about odor, man, bridal bouquet. The baths were taken in a single massive tub filled with hot water. The head of the family had the privilege of the first swim in clean water. Then, without changing the water, the others arrived in the house in order of age, women, also by age, and finally children. The others arrived in the house in order of age, women, also by age, and finally children. The babies were the last ones to bathe. When his turn came, the water in the bathtub was so dirty that it was possible to kill a baby inside. The roofs of the houses had no sky, and wooden beams that held them up were the best place for animals, dogs, cats, rats, and cockroaches to keep warm. When it rained, leaks forced the animals to jump to the ground. Those who had money had tin plates. Certain types of food oxidized the material, causing many people to die from poisoning. Let's remember that the hygiene habits of the time were terrible, man. Fucking terrible. Those who had money had tin plates. Right? Certain types of food oxidized the material, causing many people to die from poisoning. Tomatoes, being acidic, were considered poisonous for a long time. Canned cups were used to drink beer or whiskey. This combination sometimes left the individual on the floor in a kind of narcolepsy induced by mixing alcoholic beverage with tin oxide. Fucking stupid. Yeah, but they didn't study chemistry at the time. Right? Narcolepsy. Someone passing by the street would think he was dead, so they were picking up the body and preparing for the funeral. Then the body would be placed on the kitchen table for a few days, and the family would stand watching, eating, drinking, and waiting to see if the dead man would wake up or not. Wow, terrible. Hence the wake of the dead, or awake, which is the vigil next to the coffin. Hence the wake of the dead, wake or in the wake, right? In the wake. Wake. I thought in the wake of the funeral hearse, I thought following the hearse, but actually the wake time. I was mistaken all along. Wake. So that was the origin of the word wake. England is a small country where there wasn't always a place to bury all the dead. Then the coffins were opened, the bones were extracted, they were placed in ossuaries, and grave was used for another corpse. Sometimes when opening the coffins, you would notice scratches on the lids inside, indicating that the dead man had in fact been buried alive. Thus, when closing the coffin, the idea came to tie a strip of the deceased's wrist, pass it through a hole made in the coffin, and tie it to a bell. After the burial, someone stayed on duty next to the grave for a few days. If the individual woke up, the movement of his arm would ring the bell, and it would be saved by the campaign, an expression used by us to this day. Saved by the campaign. Interesting middle-age habits, right? saved by the campaign. Wake, narcolepsy. Wake, hygiene, ballads, sumptuous, hygiene, arrive, narcolepsy, hygiene, saved by campaign, exhalation, odor, right? Exhalate. I'll look for the expression saved by the campaign. But there's no definition about saved by the campaign. So saved by campaign and wake. And toilet, right? Wake and toilet. Before I close, let's go over the article one more time, right? To memorize the words and expressions. Exhalate, odors, stench, sumptuous palace, the sumptuous palace, ballads, June, bridal bouquet, June, bridal bouquet. They took the first hot water bath in May. Terrible, man. Fuck it. Right? Narcolepsy. Narcolepsy. Narcolepsy, a medical condition which causes someone to keep falling asleep suddenly without being able to prevent this. Na means
narcolepsy.
Night, right? Nocturnal. Narcolepsy. Lips. You lapse, right? Spasm. So you just go to sleep like a log. Narcolepsy. So that was a good article. Take care and have a wonderful Friday.